Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers. It's Luke here. Just a quick review of yesterday's game. Wasn't pretty, was it? Like I said in the tagline of this video. But at the end of the day, it was 2-0. You know what I mean? It was 2-0 win. You know, maybe 3 would have totally killed the tie off. Looking at it, obviously he did make a few changes. Zuma was back in, Cresswell came in, Kera was in at right back. Downs came in, Lanzini, Fornals, Benrahma, Antonio up front. When I first see Antonio, I was like, oh god, this is going to be a long night. He proved me wrong. But yeah, the first sort of 5-10 minutes, we sort of come out of the blocks firing. We looked really sharp. Was popping the ball back, and then we just went really quiet for a long time. You know, we looked nervous, and Clive Allen on commentary made a good point. It looked like it was sort of a friendly vibe, you know, like early pre-season games where you go abroad and it's sunny, and just West Ham's tempo wasn't there, and we just couldn't pick it up. They were popping the ball back quite nicely. They're really dangerous from corners. If there's one thing I'll say about Areola, and I really like him as a goalie, and I think he should be our number one, he definitely is suspect from crossing and corners. He's very nervy. He doesn't come and claim them. He sort of flaps at a punch every now and then, and maybe that's something that they identified Larnaca last night. Like I say, they huffed and puffed, but then we sort of started to switch the class on a little bit after a while. Benrahma went on a little messy run, was unlucky, and then Antonio got his header. Obviously the ball was popped around a little bit around that left hand side. It was whipped in really nicely. Great ball in, and then Antonio just had to guide it in. It was still really good header, and then 1-0 up, and it just sort of calmed us down. You know, after that we sort of again were popping the ball back a bit better, having little half chances here and there. And then Antonio come up with a second really good goal. I think, what is that, only the second goal of his career outside the box now, but a really lovely goal. You know, he just was given too much time, too much space, and was able to put it in. Really good one, curled it into the top corner. 2-0, you know, no disrespect to Larnaca, but you know, very hard for them to come back from that. But they did, you know, they did play well. Obviously, we still had a few patches. We still had a couple of really big chances that maybe we should have put away. Bowen had one where he cut inside with the left foot. He was unlucky. But the big one was Paqueta. Cornet came on and just, for me, just highlighted the lack of pace in our team, that he comes on and he was just electric. Really busy. And as I say, played the ball into Paqueta's feet. He was through. And just played it at the goalkeeper, a bit like the Antonio one against De Gea, really. You know, if we're going to criticise Antonio, I suppose you have got to criticise him, and I think, yeah, maybe he should have finished that one. You know, it was a good chance to go 3-0 and really kill the tie off, and Moyes could have obviously rested a lot more players next Thursday. Now, you know, it's just about getting an early goal next week, and it should be enough. In terms of how the rest of the game played out, Larnaca, like I say, they did put it on a little bit. They had a few little chances, a couple of ones that brushed just wide, a header that was straight at Areola, and it was like I think it was a deflective shot at one point as well. They were a bit unlucky. If they would have got, you know, if they would have got a goal and made it 2-1, you know, it would have made it a little bit nervy. And like I say, next goal in this game, or in this leg, should I say, this tie, is quite crucial. You know, if they were to get an early goal, you know, their backs could be up and they could really go for it. But if we get it 3-0, it will be game over. So it's very crucial. Like I say, we start the game well next week, get an early goal, get ourselves through, and get ourselves in that quarter-final, which will be fantastic. But like I say, guys, just to sort of summarise the game a little bit more, it wasn't perfect. You know, for times in that game we could not pass the ball. You know, it's frustrating, nervy, panicky, but then we did get, like I say, it did get better. So I will give, you know, the team a bit of credit there. It did get better, because it was very frustrating and very, you know, again, boring for 40 minutes. It was like, what are we doing here? Like, come on, boys, like, just relax, you know, play football. We should be beating these teams. Villarreal drew 1-1. If you were interested in other results in the competition, like the big teams, obviously Lazio lost on Tuesday 2-1, but I would expect them to turn that around at home. Again, Villarreal played Anderlecht, a team we've already beat. Yeah, I can't remember the Nice score, but yeah, and Basel. There's a couple of teams in there, you know, that are still a bit tested. Like I say, I still expect Villarreal and Lazio to go through. But if they did go out, Villarreal and Lazio, honestly, I do, and I'll go out on a whim here. I think it would be absolute ridiculous if West Ham don't at least get to the final then. Honestly, and again, that's a big statement, but you know, we should be good enough to beat anyone in there, barring probably a Lazio and Villarreal, who, you know, have a bit of pedigree and, you know, are quite a decent sized club, you know. But yeah, that's it, guys, for now. I'll be back probably tonight or early tomorrow with the Villa preview, which is a huge game. You know, we've luckily, like I say, he was able to take some players off, give them a rest, and then also give Cornet minutes. Hopefully we get to see Cornet against Villa, because it just gives us something different, just pacey. If he can stay fit between now and the end of the season, you know, he might just give us a little bit, you know. I'm not saying, listen, he's not a saviour, you know what I mean? This ain't John Hartson and Kitson return or whatever, but he's pacey and he's direct, and this is something we've been lacking. You know, him and Bowen might be able to open something up for us. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy your day, because West Ham did win. Until next time, come on, you wines, keep believing. Let's go.